Hi guys, I am a normie. I love BTS. I know them since 2019. I also am a personality nerd. So this is why this 17-minute, 24-second video is such a emotional and physical pain for me. I suffered so much watching this video because this is misinformation. Let me try to explain. MBTI, as you can see, this is the most famous test, MBTI test, 16 personalities. What does it say? Our approach has roots in two different philosophies, whatever. Then they talk about Carl Jung. He actually is the one who invented the cognitive functions, okay? This guy here. Let me show you. This guy invented the cognitive functions, which are these. FI, FE, TI, TE, NI, NE. Okay, you know? These things. And actually, MBTI is based on that. Look. Jung's theory was noticed by Catherine Briggs. And then she literally butchered his theory and made the MBTI. So, MBTI is based on him, but it is totally not accurate. Because, for example, F, what MBTI says F is, like the, whatever, how do you say that? Like personality types, like N, T, N, F, like what the fuck? So, amongst everything, there's two different types. There's NI and NE. There's not one N. There's two N. Amongst F, there's also two F. Amongst T, there's two T's. FI, FE, TI, TE, and then SI, SE. Like, there's two of everything. So, you cannot combine them. You cannot combine them into one thing. It's not the same. It's totally different. If someone is F, they can be FI or FE, and this is totally opposing. Someone, FI, doesn't care about the group values, and FE does care. How do you combine them into one if one doesn't care and the other one does care, you know? Okay, anyway, sorry. So, yeah, this is totally misinformative. We're just gonna go through with it very quickly. Okay, very cute. Permission to dance vibe.
자, 여러분 먼저 시청자분들께
BTS.
MBTI와 BTI 연구 앞서 여러분들 그게 뭔지 바로 현재 세계에서 가장 널리 사용되고 있는
Yeah, it's the MBTI is the most used, and it's totally inaccurate. Like, I need someone in the Korean industry to literally come out and say this, and say that cognitive functions are the base of MBTI, and MBTI is useless because this is what came first. And also, it's not because it came first, it's because it is actually more interesting than this thing, okay? And it's more accurate, like, literally. Like, I tested it with myself and my family and everything, and oh my god, I just can't. This is, okay, anyways, let's continue.
MBTI 검사를 예전에 한번 다 같이 해봤었죠?
해봤죠 몇 번. 아마도 2017년도 펜스타 때 쓸 겁니다.
Okay, look what they're gonna say.
MBTI 팬분들도 많이 궁금한.
Updated MBTI. Look, your personality does not change. Okay, why? Because actually MBTI measures maybe your actions. Yeah, your actions change. You maybe want to, I don't know, go out more in nature than before. Yeah, that's your actions that change. But your thinking process never changed. This is what Carl Jung found. Your thinking process is the same. Two people can do the same action, but they will have different thinking processes. So, for example, okay, two people singing a song. One will sing the song because it makes them feel something. But another person will sing a song because it makes other people feel something. Okay? The same action is singing a song, but they have different intentions because they have different thought processes. And that's why it is more important to know about your thought process than your actions. Okay? So your thought process never changes. Never. If you study about cognitive functions, you will understand that it will never change. And your brain, look, your brain is like this. Okay? You have one type of way of thought process, and your actions can change because you are healthy or unhealthy, and depends on the moment, depends on the vibe, but you're always going to go through these priorities, okay? Okay, we'll go into that later, but
그렇죠.
Okay, I did MBTI types.
해보겠습니다. 어디를 계획하고 어쩌
and then they're just
나는 대체 너무 뭘 해보니까 이거는 막 고민하면 안 돼.
MBTI에 과몰입을 하셨는지 MBTI 관련 밈이 굉장히 많다고 합니다.
Okay, anyways.
네.
그걸로 따지면 ENFJ나 알고 나면
아이긴
Yeah, this is just memes.
아니 이거는
It's not really telling of your
알고
thinking process.
일부 걸린대요. 아시죠? 같아요. 전 재미와 즐거움, 진짜 재미와 즐거움을 위해 산다. 사실 이런
They're cute though. They're cute, but it makes me hurt that they are so misinformative. Okay, look, what the hell?
나 ISTP로 바뀌었어.
Like, who thinks Jungkook and Jin have the same personality? Like, this is just with this result, you should know that this is totally inaccurate. And yeah, just to explain, like, this is like real cognitive function personality. N people, they prefer ideas, and S people like Jungkook, they prefer real world. So they are actually similar. I can't explain it deeply now, but like if you can learn by yourself. But like, let's say he likes to express his feelings, but the way he does it best, namjoon, is by writing. Okay, it's tied to his N because words are abstract. They have abstract ideas, whereas Jungkook, with his S, he is an ISFP actually, in reality. With his S, he can express his feelings through real world stuff like painting. That's why he paints so well. Through painting or through singing, like hearing himself sing, his like, you know, his voice tone and everything, that's something very tangible. Whereas like concepts, that's not tangible, you know. And also like with the painting thing, like he paints things that exist, kind of like when he painted in the soup mountains, that's so beautiful, you know. When he painted the sky, that's like wow, like the amount of detail or the amount of spatial awareness you have to paint that easily, this is amazing. Whereas for example Taehyung, he painted also in the soup too. Taehyung is an ENFP actually, and he painted something more abstract which are the how do you say that? The faces, right? Those faces. That's more abstract than something that exists, like the mountains or the sky, you know. Because he's N, he's not S. And so the introvert and extroverted like concepts actually in this theory it does not matter. And actually personally if you ask me, introvert extroverted for me it makes no sense. Because like what, like we're all social beings, okay? And everyone needs to socialize, and everyone likes to have connections. If for example you're defined as an introvert by the society, okay, let's say he is a true INTP, he's defined as an introvert, but maybe it's just like a spectrum of shyness. Someone, maybe like there are some extroverts who are shy, you know, and they don't want to be shy, but they're shy and then they want to be with people, whatever. That's like, that doesn't make sense. And then maybe he's an introvert but he's not shy, and then he shows himself unapologetically to others. Or also I think everyone is like, okay, there's two types of people. Let's say some who are not shy at all when they meet people, but perhaps they don't like being with people. Perhaps they just want to, yeah, they can meet 10 minutes and then they need to go. Or there are some people who are shy at first a lot, but actually with their close friends they're like crazy. Like, so what the introvert extrovert doesn't mean anything. And in the cognitive function theory, it just means that first you think inside and then you think outside. Which doesn't depend on anyone. It doesn't depend on your social interactions. It's just like, for example, so I'm an INFP and RM is an ENFP, like Taehyung. So like when I make a decision, first I need to think about my feelings, and then I'll look at the real world. Whereas RM and Taehyung, first they need to look at the real world and then think about their feelings. That's how they think. That's how I think. So, and I cannot change this. But being an INFP, which is supposedly an introvert, it doesn't mean I'm socially introvert. I love being with people. I love being around people. Actually, being with people gives me energy and makes me creative, you know? But it's actually, sometimes I need to be around the right people. Maybe some people actually drain me because they don't understand me or something, and I need to feel understood. So, like, that's important for me. But I love people. I love being around my friends, my family, or new people that I find interesting or something. So, like, introverted makes no sense to me. But I am cognitively introvert, but not socially, you know? So just, yeah, change your point of view on that. It doesn't matter. Okay, so continue. Oh, so like,
N이라는 거는
yeah, like,
기도 해. 근데 원래
he said it changed from N to S or something.
N이
That cannot change. Never changes. You're either a sensor or an intuitive. That doesn't change. Okay, wait. This is so sad because like even like NS with the 16 personality like test, you usually get like where you are, either an N or an S. But like this was totally inaccurate. Like I've been studying them like through Run BTS, their like V lives, their concert speeches, like everything. It is very, very visible what type there are. I'm gonna just say real quick. So like Jungkook is ISFP, Suga is INTP, just like Jin. Where's Jin? Jin is also INTP, like Suga. And Jimin is ESTP. He actually got correct for the first time here. ESTP. And RM is ENFP, just like Taehyung, ENFP. And J-Hope is ESFJ. Okay? If you want to know about it, look here. So I wanna go to a segment where J-Hope talks about something very interesting. I don't remember where it is. Here it is.
자신의 행복이 가장
만약에 타인이 행복하길 바란다면은
No, not this. Oh, here.
저는 뭐 사실 저는 주변이
Okay, finally. So here, J-Hope, he's gonna talk about, so he's this type, wait, where is it? ESFJ, where is it? Yo, okay, here. He's the caregiving traditionalist. His first function, as you can see, is extroverted feeling. You cannot read very well, but it says feeling. Extroverted feeling. It's an F, but it's not introverted. Look, I have introverted feeling, and we are the opposite. Even though we're F, we are the total opposite. Why? Because you'll see, but I like my feelings just as Namjoon. Namjoon is here. He also has the same as me, but more little than me, but the same. Just as Namjoon and V, our feelings don't depend on other people. Okay, our feelings are very personal. Whereas J-Hope, his feelings do depend on other people. So if he's feeling sad, other people can lift him up very easily. They can say, oh, just it's all right, then he'll feel happy. But as for us, when we're sad, it's so hard to get us out of the sadness externally. We have to do an internal job of getting ourselves out of the sadness, okay? So this is how it works. Even though we're F, it's totally different. So look at what he says.
그래,
J-Hope.
다르다니까 진짜. 저요? 저는 뭐 사실 저는 주변이 행복해야지 제가
I'm happy when others are happy. FE, extroverted feeling.
저는 정말 저거예요. 나를
Who said that? That's totally my type. I think it's Jen. Jen also has extroverted feeling.
나를 위해
Who said that?
저는 정말 저거예요.
정말?
제가 행복해요. 저는 정말 저거예요.
Oh no, that's J-Hope Blue. Yeah, totally that type. Yeah, you are that type.
나를 위해서 타인들이 행복했으면 좋겠다. 저는 주변에서 뭔가 되게 안 좋은 상황이면은 막 기분이 좋아.
Yeah, he feels sad when others are sad, which is not necessarily true for FI. So actually, J-Hope, Jin, Jimin, and Suga, they all have FE. So they depend on other people's feelings. Whereas RM, Taehyung, and Jungkook, they have FI, so it's their own feelings. Okay, so they're not gonna be related like how do I say that? Are not gonna relate to what J-Hope says right now.
영향을 좀 굉장히 많이 타는 스타일이라서
맞는 것 같아. 아, 제가 나 요새 힘든데 10만 원만 주면 안 되나?
형 힘들다면 시간을 하지 형이 행복해지다면
자, 과연 저희의 수직이 맞을지 이제 진짜 저희의
Okay, that's it.
기분이 약간 그때 편하죠.
What
아니면
else can I say?
나는 동양 통화 안 했어. 태영이는 영상 통화가 없고.
저 정국이 전화 안
Yeah, calling.
다릅니다.
이런
It's all personal preferences, you
너
know.
핸드 얼굴 보고 얘기해. 나나 목 계속 해야 돼.
It doesn't have to do with personality.
밤에 저는 삐걱 끓일 때도 물 짜게 먹는 거 일단 싫어요.
Measuring the food.
50. 아니 50.
It's not that important. Usually N types don't care. I mean, it's not even N types, it's like NE types. Because NE, which is, look how much NE RM and Taehyung have as an ENFP. Extrovert intuition, they just want to see the possibility, so they don't care much about measuring. Even though RM says, oh, I measure food, I measure this for ramen. Well, actually, it's just because he's not confident enough with his NE, so maybe he's a little bit more unhealthy than Taehyung as an ENFP. So as you can see, like, you can have the same thought process, but sometimes you are more confident or less confident in your brain, your own brain. So yeah, and personally, people from the same personality can be totally different, which is the case for RM, V, who are ENFPs, and then Jin and Suga, who are INTPs. RM with his NE, okay, both with their NE, they need to explore possibilities, but RM does it with his lyrics, and then he calms down his mind when he goes outside in nature. As for V, he actually, I think he explores the possibilities in his everyday life by interacting with people, by being goofy and saying whatever he wants. And then he actually calms down with music, like he just chills with music. Whereas when he does music, it's more like, I need to put my ideas. Taehyung is more like, oh, I'm just using music to calm down, you know, that's different. Then Suga and Jin as INTPs, well, Suga is more like, he's not satisfied with his passion yet, so that's why he writes so much and he wants to do a lot. But Jin is more satisfied, and maybe because the way he was raised, maybe his parents told him like, yeah, don't worry, in life nothing is that important, so he takes life very easily, even though they think the same way, you know. So yeah, that's why it's interesting. You can have the same personality but have totally different actions, and doesn't mean you have a different personality. It's the same thought process. Okay, so this is it, and then this is totally wrong. This, when I saw this, I was like, what? Like did they interchange this? Because this is totally wrong. These are all N types, and these are all S types. So like, yeah. I saw this and I wanted to cry. I actually think the editors made a mistake, because this is, anyways. Yeah, everyone's like, I'm S? Oh my god, my type is changing. No, this is just very inaccurate. So anyways, I'm doing this video because I really hope people know themselves better, because as they said, if you know yourself, then you're gonna understand others and it's gonna be more harmonious. But yeah, right now there's a lot of misinformation going on and I want to cry, and that's it. Okay, bye bye, have a good day.